I can get shot, though. Let us try again, and this time with a lot less failure. And a lot less interruptions, hopefully. And again, it's not that bad of an interruption. It's someone who was actually genuinely curious about what the heck I was playing. And again, a lot of the stuff's not going to be actually on the live stream. Or at least on the officially released video. I can be as goony as I want live, but I need to at least look a little bit professional during YouTube stuff. And of course I have to skip the weapon this time around, which disappoints me greatly, but oh well. So, Mark Obama, Mark II, the Mankind Destroyer, what do you do? Oh yeah, you're the useless pattern. Why should that weapon have been the shockwave? Can I dodge? No, I could have. No, okay, I have to get better about what I can and cannot dodge. I would have been fine had I would have been smart and just went with my usual strategy. But of course, I have to try to do something different. Let's break enemy shields, reflects damage when hit. Of course, we're going to do weapon break enemy shields. Looks like we're making it through this level with the Humble Blaster as well. Yep. We're going to the top. We're not dealing with this stuff today. I think part of the issue with this specific wave type is that the bullets travel with the asteroids, in that they change their place and height from where they were launched, which is why they're so hard to dodge. Like, okay, you have the actual bullet pattern itself, but the bullet pattern is also moving its entire pattern over from where you first saw it. And while that does sound really stupid to anyone who doesn't understand what I'm saying, to those who do understand what I'm saying, it probably sounds equally as dumb. So, what I'm just trying to say is that pattern seems to be just unfairly hard to dodge, specifically. Like, you memorize the pattern all you want, but it's just not there's no intuitive dodging with that one. You have to dodge in an unnatural way. That's my only complaint with the game. Like, most of it's difficult but fair. Like, I could have easily dodged a lot of those shots, but instead I do this stuff. Alright, the relatively simplistic pattern to avoid. I used to find this one annoying. Now I like the more randomized ones are my problem. Let's see if I can avoid getting. Let's see if I can avoid getting hit this entire boss fight. That seems to be just a consistent issue for me. It's just I keep getting hit this entire boss fight. Alright, a few more seconds of continuous fire and you should finally die. Also, if you're wondering why I have to alt-tab so much, Staridin is one of those games where the mouse cannot actually leave the main full screen. They try to prevent you from, ooh. With homing missiles, I wanted the heavy mini rockets. Alright, good. This gives me the forward-facing fire that I needed, and also makes the homing missiles so much better because of their increased radius, meaning they can actually hit multiple targets. So I think I'm going to stick with the homing missiles this time around. Okay, bullet weapon. Probably not something to replace the blaster with, but still something to look out for. What do we got? Hyper Blaster. No, the Hyper Blaster is just not worth it in this case. It's better to keep it with the homing missiles. with the heavy rockets, with the heavy mini rockets, you can see that the homing missiles can basically carry me for the next part of the battle. I'm surprised I was able to successfully dodge that one, but I'm also quite happy that I pull it off. And then I proceed to get hit on one of the simpler dodges. It's like, I can pull off these incredibly complex dodges, and the simplest dodge possible I will fail because I will just overshoot. Destroyer Mark 1, the missile bot. So the actual missiles are good enough. Let's hope my missiles can counter his missiles while my homing missiles will deal all the damage to him. Or the homing missiles can do everything. We fought this boss enough times, so I don't really feel the need to talk about it anymore. And for someone has to contact me at this exact moment, when I have to do some precise dodging, so please. I wish they weren't doing this. Alright, we're just going to switch to the blaster, because it's easier to deal damage to him, and it, of course, deals more. Like, I think even with me shooting all these missiles, the blaster still deals more damage. And then I proceed to get hit. Alright, who possibly is contacting me at this time? Well, that's not happening. Weapons reload faster. Keep on shooting after the swap. Collisions deal extra damage. Weapons reload faster, though. Would make the homing missiles so much better. Might reduce their firing time to basically nothing. I think we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna alt-tab really quickly, put this back, get back onto stream, and resume. I shouldn't be doing this with things that destroy bullets. Like, really? I don't know what I'm expecting because they travel so slowly. And that's probably why I'm getting hit right now, because I can't kill the opponents that are firing on me before they reach me. Okay, some warning on that wave would be nice. Just like admit this. Some warning on that wave would be amazing. And that wing missile still letting me hit opponents behind me. Well, I'm gonna have to do some artful dodging here, just because I don't think the missiles are good enough to destroy all the things on the screen. He says as they proceed to do so without any of his work. Like, I'm doing almost no effort here. I'm just spending my entire time dodging, which I guess that's a good point of the homing missiles. Like, if I was going to speedrun. Not the shield. It is. Homing missile shield, why not? Oh, okay, it's just temporary invulnerability. Which would be good if I didn't let myself get hit so often without it. Okay, that could have been really bad. And we're on the cruisers, so I guess I'm going to have to use the shield to clear some space from the bullets first. Okay, I have to admit those dodges were actually pretty good. Alright, let's see if we can get to the second phase. And the shield actually gives me the seconds I need to dodge this attack specifically. Although this weapon is weak to this. Or at least, this weapon is weak to actually hurting the cruiser. And I get hit. Shield plus gun bots would be pretty useless. Shield plus anything seems to be fairly useless. Oh well. Science. Alright, as per usual, try to clear wave 1 without actually getting hit. Might actually be making some progress then. Oh, this is a dodge wave? Yeah, right. You mean destroy wave? Okay, I'm surprised I was able to make it out of that one. Oh, the things I do to get these weapons. I even lose my combo to get a weapon. At least on the daily run, they ensure that you get a weapon so you're not completely doomed. Won all the hot dog eating contests. As per usual, the boomerang is still better than this. I guess the use of the boomerang is to get around shields in a weapon form as opposed to an actual upgrade. As you can't exactly shield against the boomerang. It's not going to stop it. I have a personal preference for fighting this specific boss. I get hit way too many times during this fight. So, of course, we have gun bots increasing their bot upgrade. Semi-automatic is fully automatic. I guess I'm gonna go with this one. See where it takes me. Let's just destroy these so I don't end up dead from getting hit by this. Once again, the ability, like, the boomerang looks cool, but it's very impractical in my opinion, unless it does a significant damage hike. Because if you miss, you have to wait a long time to reload the boomerang, specifically. For almost no benefit. Alright, what do we get here? Something to replace it. A generic laser. I actually have a preference for the laser here. Oh, come on. Do you mean to tell me this weapon deals so little damage to the collision ships that I can't avoid them? Like, I avoided the first one. I know I wouldn't be able to kill the second one, but the third one just came out of nowhere. And this weapon really needs ray gun plus vaporization upgrade. Okay, this is the one with the randomized bullet pattern. This is a randomized bullet pattern that makes it so being directly in front of it is painful. Like, you have to be kind of directly in front of these bosses to actually hurt them. I don't want to break my concentration just yet by fighting this boss, but then again, I guess this is a live stream, so I should commentate it a little bit. I'm sure there can be silent live streams, but those clearly aren't as interesting as a fully commentated one, I suppose. I have to let myself get hit there. I was doing so well, too. I almost did this without damage. It would still suck if running into bosses just Okay, so my complaint has been beaten because they actually give me the energy ray gun plus vaporization upgrade, which is exactly what I was looking for. Can we kill this before it fires its main gun? Good. Okay, now I have to deal with you people. I keep swearing. I feel like I'm a lot faster than I actually am with the laser, because I know the laser is supposed to slow you down just like the ultra laser does. Which is also kind of why I'm activating it constantly, so I can do those artful dodges that I'm supposed to, and not dodge directly into their shots, because that's a stupid thing to do. I see fields of blue, more blue too. They're blowing up for me and you. And I think to myself, fuck the pirates. And I die. Not yet. I'm coming closer. Like, a single hit will now kill me. Now we're not at the boss fight yet. Joy! You see, it still doesn't feel right. Like, it feels like I'm dodging that one efficiently. I'm just failing for no apparent reason. You see, that ain't fun when that happens. I have to suppress some coughs. Just because my body still hates me, because apparently it hates fall in general. Oh, I hate that that deals contact damage. I think it shouldn't deal any damage whatsoever to you. It is just a goodie bag that you have to destroy, and with the pathetic blaster, with the damage output of the blaster, it's kind of hard to do that already. So Mark IV is the fancy... Oh no, it's the useless pattern. Okay. I'm already getting the marks confused. It's the Mark I that has the very fancy attack that's somewhat difficult to dodge, whereas this one you can just barely move up or down and be fine. I don't know about those people who are actually able to just focus on the boss's attacks and dodge from there. I think that's just flat out impossible. I'm trying to focus on the space in between to watch the bullets as they come in, and that's already difficult enough and having me get hit several times. Shockwave ain't useless. Shockwave ain't useful. I haven't gotten a new weapon yet. I think I'm gonna go with weapons break enemy shields though, because that's just overall better than anything else available at that from that batch of upgrades. I think I've had enough practice where I'm going to go onto the daily run soon. And after the daily run, I'll probably do something different. At least for like the last hour. Maybe I'll test out another game and see how that goes. Although with dodges like that, I'm concerned for my ability to be able to pull this off. I like how this fires behind me. At least it did fire behind me, then it fired so far above me that it didn't matter what I did, because I wouldn't be able to hit the opponent anyway, because the rocket would just go right past them. Then again, it has a really weird firing pattern anyway. Alrighty then. Once again, as long as I can keep my bullet spray on him, we should be fine. Because his health will tend to drop very rapidly with his bullet spray. Maybe I am dodging just way too close to the boss. I should really give time for the bullets to spread out, but I can only deal damage if I'm right up against him, which is the bigger issue here. Okay, I aim to not be hit this time around. I said I aim to not get hit, and I get hit immediately. Well, these are amazing choices. 20% score, 15% cargo frequency, 15% cargo frequency, 15% cargo frequency, or 50% contact damage. Gee, I wonder what I think I'm going to take. Let's go cargo frequency. Why not? I do especially like the background with the other ships. What I think would be really interesting is if on the top half and bottom half of the screen there's like a pre-recording of one of the daily runs going on. Like, it'd be impossibly difficult to implement, but it'd be a hilarious thing to see. And like, you can see what happened in the other guy's daily run that made this go so well for him. And you just see it in the background, or just see a little bit of combat in the background. Then again, it'd probably also be incredibly distracting. Oh yeah, my weapons break... No, my weapons... Do they break shields this time around? I don't remember. Do they? Do they? Yeah, they do, actually. I've skipped so many of those weapons that I think they're starting to spawn double just to spite me. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much frequent cargo, and of course I'm going to miss this one just because they decided to spawn a boss right here, right now. Oh, I have almost forgotten you existed. Oh yeah, you have a humongous laser.